I started going to the park every morning, 7 a.m. sharp with a cappuccino, 2 sugars and a small cookie the redhead at the counter suggested. I got about halfway through my coffee before I met her for the first time. Tattoos stretched up both her arms like the curling roots of a tree, and her black lipstick matched the rest of her dark, gothic aesthetic. So I figured it out, she said without hesitation. For so long we weren't sure how it could even be possible, but it was all there. All along, right in front of us, Ollie. What? I murmured. I figured it out, she turned to me with a curious gaze in her brown eyes, expecting a reaction. How do you know my name? What do you mean? Have we met? You don't remember me? I shook my head. Shreya? We world hop together like every night? World hop? In our dreams. Do you seriously have no idea what I'm talking about? I have no clue what you're talking about. Her brows crossed, and I felt a familiar sense of having just irritated her. She snapped her fingers and waved her index in front of me. How many fingers are you seeing? She asked. I was about to say 1, but the longer I looked at it, the more I saw fading off in all directions. 1? I stammered. You're dreaming, Ollie. There's no way you can only see 1. Whoa! Where the fuck did everything just... Hey, look at me. Her hand touched my cheek. You need to wake up. I don't understand. It'll take a while, maybe 1 or 2 cycles, but when you do, I'll be right here to walk out with you, okay? Okay? I shouldn't be here, but you did this for me once, so I want to return the favor. Is that a galaxy? I asked. Yep, she said. How? I've been exploring, she shrugged. I did most of it with you. With me? Yep, she nodded. We've discovered a lot of pretty cool stuff. Have we ever found aliens? I knew you'd ask that. We haven't, but before I came to see you, I found this. Oh my god. What is that? No idea, she smiled. We've searched tens of thousands of star systems, and this is all there is. Artifacts left behind by someone that came before us. Artifacts? As in plural? I could show you more if you like. Yes, I would like. Yeah, very much, actually. Where are we now? I asked. Aliens made it too? Look, I brought you here because you need to remember where we are. By the time you get out of here, I'll be there, okay? Okay. And aliens didn't make this place. It's more like a pocket within consciousness itself. Kind of hard to explain. Oh. We're out of time. Really? Will I see you again? She smiled at me. I'll be here when you wake up. Up till the end, I just couldn't do anything. Their bodies were right in front of me, and they couldn't get them out of the rubble. Thank you for sharing your story, Green. What we're doing here is important. Secrets, shames, trauma which we hold closest to us are the vehicles of our conflict. Our outbursts and our frustrations. Understanding this about one another will create cohesion between your team that will transcend relationships and family. You're doing something that no other humans will ever experience. You'll be returning to a world so different to how you left it that you'll no longer feel human. And the only other beings in the universe that understand your ancient experience will be those of you that make it back once the mission is complete. Do you understand? You say no one else has been through it, but you and your crew made it back. Yeah, you were the first ones. That's right. How was that? Returning after being away from Earth for 400 years. Once our species cracked light speed, we thought the universe was ours for the taking. But all it did was show us how big the universe really was. At the time, the social climate and the youth were all at odds with our mission because they rejected the idea of sacrifices, that it would lead to a ritualistic, almost theological culturalization of dying for our species, dying for a greater good that's decided by autocrats and capitalists. But my team's mission had already been greenlit by the UN. When we returned, it was as if a timeline had shifted and I'd somehow appeared in the future. It was familiar, but as if it had 2, maybe 3 iterations of major change that I never got to witness. Like it was all just further along from when I'd left it. Just a short trip to K2, only 200 light years from Earth. The furthest anyone has traveled and made it back. Legend shit. It was the furthest. You lot are traveling to the galactic edge, nearly 30,000 light years of travel and 20,000 light years of research time between it all, totaling roughly 100,000 years both ways. It may have been scary for me, but what you all are going to experience far transcends my own. I never had to grapple with the possibility that there may not be a humanity to return to. That's why it's the second and last sacrificial project. Yep. Higher chance we die en route anyway. Yep. Untrue. What do you mean? How? More resources have been put into the success of your mission than any other event in human history. Not even my mission aligned every single nation of the world to a singular vision. It may be called the sacrificial program, but I'd argue that you four are the time capsule, and the rest of humanity is the sacrifice. Bet you never considered that, huh? Our mission, as far as I've understood it, was to go the distance. The four of us had been selected to travel to the nearest edge of our galaxy and back with as much information as possible on the worlds and potential life we may encounter on the way. It's exciting, sure, but I'd be lying if I said I was looking forward to it. We came to the Namibian desert for specialized training. It was a ritualistic experience in which we were provided a highly nootropic medication and given a procedure that was designed to mesh the rest of my team and me in achieving our goal. I didn't realize that being buried underground after being pumped with psychedelics could achieve such a thing, but nearly 2 weeks of being in total darkness, isolated with our thoughts, memories, and each other's voices, we connected in a way I didn't realize was possible. I saw their experiences so vividly I couldn't distinguish between memories that were my own and those of my comrades. At certain points, I couldn't discern whether we were in a group transmission or if we'd somehow interlinked our consciousness. In addition to this, my perception of time had also become... What's going on? Was my timer up? There was a problem. We need to address it. It took me a few hours and 2 meals to wake up, and by the time I did, the problem had made itself more than apparent. Each step we took led us further from the known. They left behind remnants. Evidence of their existence was sculpted throughout the galaxy, and with each world we reached, we discovered that they had already visited. Do you know what this means? We aren't alone in the universe? We aren't alone in the universe. Holy crap. The questions we asked and the evidence we acquired only sparked more questions, more confusion. For starters, the technology was odd, to say the least. We couldn't distinguish between function and design. At each site, the technology seemed to be from different era, but their complexity would vary so drastically that an old function might appear like a new design, and vice versa. You know, I never imagined we'd make it this far. I'm just happy we get to do it together. You said that you figured it out. What did you mean? They left? Left? Yep. To where? Not like a civilization that geoengineers planets for fun can just disappear, can it? I don't think they want us to know. I don't understand. It didn't disappear. They left. We are alone in the universe. So were they. They did this for us. For whoever comes next. How do you know this? Well, you're about to wake up, so you'll see.